felt as though there was something that was holding me back. I've had sessions previously that finished a long time ago, and although I've come much further than where I was and I've made a lot of changes, I came here knowing that there was something still missing and there was something that was holding me back, but I didn't know what that was, and I was trying to work out what it was so that I could fix it myself. However, I couldn't fix it myself because the techniques that Nikki used with me and the way that she was with me, and she asked the questions that she asked, and the techniques that she used is certainly something that I couldn't have done on my own. So she was able to get the best out of me and really delve down deep to find out what the actual root cause of the problem was. And once we discovered that, she spent time with me going through, and once we discovered what that was, then she came up with a wonderful plan of various techniques of how we can tackle that problem and neutralise it so that it's now no longer holding me back. So the obstacles were, I was feeling a huge sense of inadequacy, and that stemmed back from things that I'd gone through previously, and I just felt as though I didn't deserve success, that I wasn't worthy. I had one part of me that wanted the success and the other part that didn't feel that I was worthy. The inadequacy and the lack of self-worth and the lack of confidence was huge. I would have a little bit inside me, so a little bit of determination and a little bit of fire. So I'd get started on tasks that I need to do for my business. So the starting is fine, it's not a problem. It was keeping it all up. And then what I would do is I would put myself under pressure. So if I had a target, I would leave it until the last minute, and then say to myself that I work better under pressure. But I would make it ridiculously hard for myself because I didn't feel as though I was worthy of it. So something would be coming up, and instead of just doing it, I would then make it as difficult as I possibly could for myself, still do it, but I wasted a lot of energy doing things like that, where I could have just done it in the first place, moved on and done some other activities in my business that would have grown my business, and I wouldn't have been focusing on the negative side of things, but instead focusing on the positive side of things and what I can do rather than what I couldn't do. So those are the kind of sort of conflicts that I had going on, and give myself a hard time when I really didn't need to. So Nikki discovered that really quickly, and she linked a pattern that was quite fairly consistent in my business life, and sorted it out for me. So it's marvellous. Nikki's very relatable. She's very supportive, and I believed that she was the best person for the job. I knew that she would be able to get down and to really find out what was going on. She wouldn't take my excuses. She would call me out on the things that needed calling out on. And I felt comfortable with her. However, I knew that she is the best coach for me, and her abilities and that she's displayed is something that I aspire to as well. So I've got a lot of respect for her, and I just knew that she would be able to get there for me. So the massive benefit is Nikki really discovering what it was that was holding me back, which had been playing on my mind before we'd come out here, while we were here. I thought I'd sorted out, and I had sorted out some things, but there was still that niggle that was there, and she's the one that found out exactly what it was. And she really thought about it, and she kind of pulled a lot of information together from the questioning, from other techniques that she'd used, to really sit down and think, right, how can we solve this problem? What can we do? And she planned the time out, and she took that time to really think about how we were going to solve the problem. We weren't going to leave until the problem was solved. It was as simple as that, and it didn't matter how long it took. It was going to be solved, and I really liked that because I felt as though she cared about me and my problem and wants the best for me. So by going through that, I felt comfortable throughout the techniques. Some of them were extremely difficult. Some of the things I faced were extremely difficult, but I felt with her by my side that I was able to face it all head on and go through it together. Particularly if you're a woman, Nikki's very good on that side of things, and as a woman I felt extremely comfortable with her and I trust her explicitly, and she has fantastic abilities and she can solve your problem. It's as simple as that, and she can neutralise those so that then you can go out and that you can achieve the results that you know you can achieve, but you know you're holding yourself back from. So she's that lady that can take you from there to there and quickly. Pick up the phone, message her, take the bull by the horns. She knows what she's doing, she's very good at what she does, and she's going to get to the root cause of the problem and she's going to rip it out. And not only is she going to sort that problem, anything else that's related to that, she's going to rip out for you as well. And you have this clarity afterwards and this calmness, but also this focus. You know what you're going to do next. I know exactly what I'm going to do now.